So here's the reality. If your project doesn't have a sponsor, it's already in trouble. I've had some really complex implementations in my time, global deployments of software for multi-billion-dollar companies. And those projects often succeeded or failed based on executive sponsorship. So an executive sponsor is not the project manager. It's not the project team. It is not the person updating the project status. A sponsor is somebody who is going to break ties, who is going to help with conflict in priorities, ensure that they're shielding the team from the roadblocks and helping them message to the executives how well the project is going or how poorly the project's going in some cases. And you have to have a very specific talk track when you're messaging up. And so if you don't have one of these executive sponsors in place, you can definitely expect delays on the project. You can expect that there's not going to be consensus and clear lines of sight or engagement. Really, the engagement cross-functionally is critical to these transformational projects. And so you really get into that loop of why are we doing this? What is the outcome? And when people aren't engaged from the front and there isn't a message from the top down and the bottom up, people get short-term memory and they move on to the next priority. And so when we have a big transformation and it takes months and months to do, sometimes people get distracted with other work. It happens. So when you have these big transformational programs, you need to do a really good job at first figuring out who the sponsor of the project is. And it's not their job to manage it, it's their job to oversee it. Two, make sure that you're providing the right level of information and context to that sponsor so they're able to provide you the best feedback and air cover for the program. Make sure that this is not happening in a vacuum. To make sure that the project and the roles on the project and the interconnected teams on the project are very well aware of what's going on, why we're doing it, and use the executive sponsor to work with the other executives for those groups to drive education and awareness. It is critical to the success as we move into this new world of AI is to not think that the technology is going to solve the problem and the technology is leading the project. Humans are leading the project. People need to have the proper structure and they need to have the proper communication vehicles in place to ensure that everybody in the value chain is doing the role that they're designed to do and to help be successful. The reality is 95% of AI projects are not producing any result in the latest survey from McKinsey. And only 6% of AI projects are producing ROI from a study from IBM. So that tells me that these transformation programs are not being set up properly and they're not really designed with the right support, help, and infrastructure to be successful. So if you're working on one of these projects, we're here to help. We'd love to talk to you about your project and how we put the right structure in for your success. Thanks.